Hi folks, and welcome to Hua Hin, beautiful Hua Hin. We got in last evening about 4:30, 5 o'clock, checked into our hotel. It's a hotel we've been to before called the Wanara. We stayed there about two and a half years ago. Nice hotel, and I think in a good location for walking. And that's we were out all day driving. We were shopping for bikes in Bangkok on the way here, and we were kind of beat. You know, at our hotel, our travel plans changed just slightly. We were going to be here Friday and Saturday night. We ended up, we were going to be here now Thursday and Friday night. And I thought, well, I've already booked 2 nights to Agoda. The hotel's got paid for 2 nights. What's the difference? Trade a Saturday for a Thursday, unless they're fully booked, which they weren't. But it was a big ordeal changing that one little change to trade a Saturday for a Thursday, keep Friday the same. And I didn't think it should have been, but I ended up having to call Agoda, and I ended up having to call Agoda, and they said they'll call the property and see. They told me my reservation was non-refundable and non-changeable, but they were willing to make an exception. So big thanks to them for doing that. And they actually called the front desk while I waited on hold. The phone rang. I watched the phone ring. The girls picked it up and said, yeah, we got rooms tonight. We can change it, but we need a new booking. So they did that. They sent a new booking to the hotel, one to me, an email, and with no out-of-pocket, I was now from Friday, Saturday to Thursday, Friday. So that was good. Our room's good. This is a nice hotel, and like I said, for about 1,000 baht a night, I think is about what we paid, with a very nice pool, and the location, you can walk to most of the places that I think you might want to walk to, including the main Hua Hin beach. I walked down there this morning. I'll show you that in a minute. There was a guy out there riding a horse. But last night we walked around. I think we walked up to what may be the Soi Buakhao of Hua Hin, Soi 80. They call it Walking Street. I guess it's kind of a walking street, but lined with bars, and that's where we ate. We found a nice little Isan restaurant up there, reasonably priced. And I gotta tell you, so far, I have it in my head from my pre-COVID visits that, you know, Hua Hin's more expensive than Pattaya. So far, that's not been the case. In fact, Lan Som Tam was 40 baht. That would be 50 in Pattaya now. It's hard to get a som tam for less than 50 baht in Pattaya now, if many of you know that from the street carts or whatever. The girls pay 45, 50 and ups. I've seen 60s. So for a 40 baht, just the first cart that happened by for a som tam, pretty good. Pretty good. They had beers 40 and 50 baht. You don't even see that every day in Pattaya. We did go down to Soi Bindabat after that. I don't know if you guys know what a bindabat is. Lan tells me a bindabat is the vessel that monks hold in the morning when they go, they walk around and people put food in this vessel. That's how they eat, because monks don't work or anything like that. They rely on donations. But I'm sure you've seen these before, the big chalice or bowl type thing. She says that's called a bindabat. So this is Soi Bindabat, or monk's food container. And somebody down there had some kind of eagle. I think it was a hawk. I don't know that I've ever seen a bird of prey like that here. It was a fine specimen though, a little scary, big ominous bird perched there. But anyway, we met a lot of folks. A lot of folks came up and said hi. They recognized us, including some residents here at Hua Hin. So it's very nice. We're liking Hua Hin. I think it's a Pattaya light. I think it has a lot to offer beyond what Pattaya does in terms of less people, less crowds, less traffic, but still a pretty plentiful nightlife scenario. Lots and lots of restaurants. We saw restaurant one after the next full with diners, white tablecloths, glasses of wine on the table, etc. Some very nice, especially some Italian restaurants. I wish I could try some of them. But today we're about 15 minutes south of the proper area of Hua Hin. There's a big lake behind us. I think this is called Kautalo. There's a Wat back here. We've come to a place called Pinup. They've got a little pool. They've got a 1950s motif. It's a gentleman from Sweden who owns the place. He did tell me, though, that last November was a lot more crowded than this November. And he knows because he keeps track of how many guests he has. He says last November, this time, he had 50, 60 guests a day. It's sharply down from that this year. He thinks less people are coming this year. So I don't know. Maybe that's a trend. Maybe it's just here. I don't know. Too early to tell. But we've got some other things to do. We'll go out and have a proper evening tonight. Maybe we'll try one of those nice restaurants in town. But for today, we're going to enjoy ourselves out here at the lake, and we'll go into town tonight and have a whole thing. Sinai Beach. You know, Lana and I basically live directly across the Gulf from here. If you drew a straight line right across the water, you almost land at our beach. And I commented yesterday as we were leaving how calm the water was. Very, very calm yesterday as we were pulling out of town. All the waves came over here, huge big waves crashing on the shore. So I don't know if that's normal, but it looks like most of the whole beach is eaten away here. Even the lawn chairs are being succumbed to big waves and swells. So kind of a rough day. So yeah, Sinai Beach, well, just one of the many beaches in and around Hua Hin, worth visiting probably. It wasn't too crowded down here, despite the great big swells and high tide. It still looked like it was a pretty good day out here. But we had a full day looking around. We went to look at some different things, maybe some of which we'll look at next on the next episode. But it came time to go home and take a little siesta, and then get ready to go out for the evening. Believe it or not, the first thing that we were confronted with on our evening out looked like a scene out of the movie Birds. That's old, I think a Hitchcock thriller. You could make your own version here in Hua Hin. They come out around dusk and just make an alarming racket. It's deafening. Anyway, that's for the birds. We've got other things to do, so let's hit the road. Now, it's funny, there's a place here called the Treffpunkt. For years, I was stationed in northern Germany at a small air station. And a bar, there was a famous watering hole, well, infamous almost, outside the gates in the small town called the Treffpunkt. We used to call it the Treff for short, and we'd have to respond there from time to time. People would get unruly, especially around payday. But I just think that's neat. What kind of a blast from the past, same name. That might be a very common name in Germany, but the Treffpunkt. There it is. It looks like more of a restaurant and bar. Looks like very good German food. Might have to try that sometime.
Keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know.
So we'll be out making the rounds tonight. Our first stop, our first port of call here will be the Ban Kun Por night market. It's a huge night market, food court mainly. They've got live music. They've got a band playing here. It's crowded. I'll tell you, it's very crowded. There's a bunch of tables you can sit down. There's everything in the world to eat. All different types of different genres of food. This guy's got pork barbecue ribs. They look good. And Indian food, I saw German food, I saw sushi, kebabs, seafood, of course, and just everything, even drinks, lots and lots of drinks. So I'm starting to like this place. It was recommended to me, but wait, what's this? Mexican food? I'm getting that for sure. So let's see what they got here. It looks pretty legit. Yeah, I think I can work with that. So that's what I'll get. Lana will get whatever she wants, and she'll be in charge of the beverage selection as well. But the way it works here, you kind of walk around the perimeter, and shop for your food, order what you want. You give them your table number. Each table's got a number on it. And then you pay. You pay right then up front. And then when your food's ready, they deliver it to you to the table. So I thought that was actually pretty good. Now I'm not sure every food establishment does that, but there's my beef burrito and nachos. Lana got a whole fish. She got a whole fish, 160 baht for her fish, 120 for my burrito, and 80 for the nachos. And it came with jalapenos. That sounds like a trivial thing, but jalapenos are kind of expensive here. For an 80 baht nachos to come with jalapenos, pretty good. Anyway, we don't want to stay here all night. We've got other places to go. We'll catch a ride with this lady. Tuk-tuk, in town, tuk-tuks, our experience was about 100 baht, which isn't too bad. And you get to see a little bit more of the surroundings. You get to see a little bit more of what's going on the road, hanging out the side of a tuk-tuk instead of inside a car with dark tinted windows at night. So not too bad. We enjoyed our tuk-tuk ride. The tuk-tuks here sit up kind of high in the back. I don't know how I feel about that. But our next stop here would be Soi 94. Soi 94. So this looked kind of like an otherwise just very narrow, dark, dingy street, but it's all lit up because on either side in certain places there's these bar complexes, all kind of businesses. So Yeah, I'm trying to picture what this looked like before all the bars, but we were lured back into one of the complexes here from the promise of a free shot. That's what they said. They said, buy a drink, and in addition to your drink, you'll get a free shot. I said, hey, what's not to like there? The place was all the way in the back here. They had a pool table, and they were quick with the free shot. There it is. And I got to tell you, it was a real shot, not some concoction watered-down thing. It was a real shot. Lon was a little reluctant on hers. I tried to reason with her.
It's free, you have to drink.
Yeah. Say they gave it to you for free. You've got to drink it anyway. Maybe I'll help her out. But I also saw this place, Texas Moe's, little slice of Texas right here in Hua Hin, Thailand, on Soi 94. Our tuk-tuk lady was still here when we came out of the bar complex. So we will say goodbye to Soi 94. I think what we'll do is we'll head back into town, maybe back into Soi Bindabat. So the Bindabat area, pretty busy this evening. We had a good little look around and walked around all the little soys. Did a little, little window shopping. There was some various things for sale. Lon tried to pick out a dress. Actually, what she does, she actually looks at the dresses on the carts and then sometimes takes a picture or some video, and then she'll go home and then she uses that as inspiration to make her own. So she looks like a customer, but she's not really buying. But anyway, we shopped around anyway, and we met some folks from the UK. They invited us over for a drink. It was nice to meet them. Hope they have a great rest of their holiday. They seem to really be enjoying Hua Hin, as were we. But all good things come to an end, and soon enough, it was time to head back to the hotel. It was a pretty good night last night. Of course, it's the next morning. We've wandered out here to the beach at about 6:30. You know, I never remember seeing this many people on the beach at this hour in Pattaya or in Rayong where I live or in Bang Sen where I live. Not so much on the beach, usually on the walking paths or something. Here, that's the thing to do in the morning, is to actually walk up and down the beach. And it's kind of a firm beach with not a lot of loose sand, so it lends itself to that, I guess. It's very easy to walk on. So there you go. I gotta say, the last 2 days here have greatly changed my mind about Hua Hin. If you'd have asked me last week, I would have said, Hua Hin's kind of expensive. It's a nice place to visit, but I don't think it's expensive comparatively anymore. I mean, we went out last night to the big market. They had the band. Lon was so impressed, not only by the music, the crowd, but the price of the drink and the food. She got that whole fish for 160 baht. I saved money on the Mexican food as compared to what I would have paid in Pattaya. 65 baht for a tall bottle of beer. You don't do better than that anywhere, especially with live music, and very well attended. And that's every night. We didn't really encounter anything where, except just right now, I'll tell you that in a minute, except just right now on the beach. But we didn't really encounter anything here that was like, oh wow, that much? Oh, that price is off-putting. I think the prices here have largely stayed the same, and in places like Pattaya, they've risen. So you have rising prices there, level prices here. It's all caught up, it's all equalized. In fact, arguably, like her somtam was cheaper on the street here than it was in Pattaya. Maybe Pattaya is a victim of its own success. So many people coming, new businesses, it's driven the prices up. We're here. It's just a constant flow of people. Last night, everywhere we went, the nightlife entertainment areas, there was enough people there for atmosphere. It was a lot better than the night before. It was good crowds everywhere we went. Bindabat 80, 90, 94, and of course the big Ban Kun Por market, which is really a winner. I really recommend a visit there. That was recommended to me by somebody who happened by and introduced themselves, who recognized me. It was a great recommendation, so thanks, buddy. We would go there all the time if we lived here, because you can eat whatever you want. She can eat what she wants, I can eat what I want. It's a big food court, and you got the music, you got the beer, and it's a great atmosphere. The off-putting price was the horse guy here on the beach. He wanted 400 baht for you to saddle up and take a picture. I remember doing that in Cha Am several years ago, and I thought it was only 100 or 200 baht. So 400 baht was one of those kind of knee-jerk reactions. No, that's too expensive. So we didn't do it. But anyway, we're gonna get ready and head back today. It's been a great trip. I think with the price kind of equalization with the price, it makes Hua Hin a much more attractive destination for either a vacation, or if you're a snowbird, or even if you want to live long term. I wouldn't say it's more expensive anymore. We actually had a consultation with a professional estate agent, a realtor here, broke down all the prices from modestly priced apartments all the way up to houses, and I didn't find any difference in the real estate market. We'll meet her next time. She's a real character. She's got some things to show us. Anyway, we're going to take a little walk on the beach, and that's probably all it's going to be. So yeah, I liked Hua Hin. Newfound appreciation for it. Lan, not so much. She likes where we live much better. Maybe I'll go into some of that and show you why on a future episode. Oh, she found a jellyfish too on the beach. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time. But for this one, we're going to have to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.